So this is a follow-up video guide on my first video on how to get 1.4 million in an hour. And this is also a video guide for beginners, and I'm going to try and make this video guide short and simple. And please bear with my English, it's not my first language. So so what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide this video into three parts or three steps, but all in one video. And I will try to elaborate more on things that is more important. So if you want to reach that goal of getting 1 million an hour, you need to get to tier 8 or at least tier 7 in your quarry profession. And since this guide is about quarry profession, I'm going to talk about things related to quarry profession and how to reach tier 7 as your set goal by the end of this video. So for the first step for beginners tips and guide, when playing the game for the first time, don't skip the tutorial part. Especially pay attention to the destiny board, especially the destiny board and the map, because it's the two most important thing that you need to know apart from the learning points. And the learning points, well, you can get learning points per day, 10 if you don't have premium, and 30 if you have a premium status. And the free 3 days premium is also counted as a premium status, meaning you will get 30 learning points per day. And the tutorial part in the code will tell you all about learning points, so I'm going to skip that part. So how to speed up your progress to reach tier 8 or even tier 7 in your quarry mastery is by learning points. The game will give you 100 learning points for free later in the game. And only use these learning points to unlock your gathering mastery, like the tier 4 or tier 5 stone gathering mastery, or any mastery if you don't like the gatherings or to gather stones. And before you leave the cove, buy 3 mules and put the 2 mules in the bank in Steep Cross. And you can sell the other one in the market so that you can get silver. Because in the first phase of the game, you're gonna need all the silver that you can get. The second step in the guide is, after you completed the tutorial in the cove, select the Steep Cross as your first city. Even though it doesn't look like a city. The game calls it a city anyway. So what you're gonna do here is complete some quests again just to learn the ropes further. And when you're done, move to Bridge Watch because it's one of the royal city that has city bonuses or buffs. But many new guys don't know about this buff or bonus provided by the royal city, like the Bridge Watch. Bridge Watch has a 36 return rate in refining stone. And compared to other royal city, the cost of refining stones in Bridge Watch is way cheaper than the other royal cities. This is because of the bonus provided by the city. And when you establish your island here, your guild in Bridgewatch, you will get a similar bonus as well. Like, I have a stone refine station in my guild and it has a 28% return rate. It's a good thing because it provides a buffer between players versus the city refining station owned by the players, or to be exact, rented by other players. So tips about refining and the difference of refining in the city versus in your island or your guild is only 7%. So how do you take advantage of these mechanics? It's something to do about your strategy in selling your items. This strategy benefits both the owner of the refining station in the city and you as a seller. When the owner of the lot, or let's just say when the refining station in the city increases in price, like really overpricing their refining station, then you can use the guild refining station or your personal island if you have And you can refine your items there to sell in the market because there will be less competition in the market at this time. Because some of them waited for the refining station in the city to come down, this is the best opportunity for you to sell your items with less competition in the market. The 7% difference is not that big, and it's not a loss since you don't pay anything refining your items in your guild or personal island. So if you're wondering what's the good price to refine your stones in the city, in my experience, 400 is the max limit for me. Above that is a no-go, cause I don't like the idea of giving dineros to billionaires sitting in the refining station. They already have that much silver, and to think they overprice it to get more juice to players who has low income is not very human. So another tips for beginners is choose your profession wisely and choose your city that is compatible to your profession before setting up your guild or personal island because you're going to be there for a long while. So the final part in this 3-step guide is getting to the expert adventurer status. The best way to get there is by defeating some mobs in the yellow zones to get XP or fame. We are doing this for two reasons. First, to skip buying the tier 3 ox, and the second reason is getting a faction to earn faction points. So I'm going to elaborate a little bit about faction points and why it is good thing to get faction while gathering. You earn faction points when you enlist in a faction found in any royal city. This will earn you points or faction points when fighting mobs or just by gathering resources. You can also get faction points by participating in faction war, defending and capturing forts, and doing bandits assault. You can exchange your faction points for items, like if you have 3000 points, that points is worth 40k or 45k in silver in average. So the idea here is you're trying to multitask two profession. One is your quarry profession, the other is fighting profession, although you're not really fighting but gathering. And by the way, the higher your rank in your faction, the better you earn points. So again, once you've reached the expert adventurer status, go back to Bridgewatch and buy the tier 5 ox in excellent quality to have more load capacity. Then buy the tier 4 gathering gears and hammers, and don't forget to buy tier 2 and tier 3 hammers because you're going to be in tier 4 within an hour or less. You can equip your gathering gears then. You can also buy goose pie to increase your yield a little if you have an extra silver. Don't forget to enlist in a faction before taking off and gather stones. By the way, when you are flagged in a faction, you can be attacked by other faction. If this happens, you can always unflag to remove your faction, so the other faction can attack you. Also, don't try to contest with other players when you're not getting the full amount of things you're gathering. Your aim should be to get that 9/9 items and not the depleted ones. So if the area is fastly contested, just find another area or region that is less contested, so you can be sure to get that 9/9 items. This way, it's much faster than you contest with other players, especially when those players has a tier 8 gathering tools and you're only tier 4 or tier 5. And lastly, some tips to motivate yourself or push yourself to reach that tier 7 gathering mastery is set up a routine goal, like for example, try to get 5 levels in your gathering profession per day, while waiting for your learning points to charge up again per day. This way, you're progressing in the game and in your profession and not wasting your time thinking what to do next. Because grinding is not easy, and grinding is a big part of RPG games. Even gankers die in their first try in the black zones. It really takes time to master things, same with gathering or ganking. So at this point, it's all up to you to reach the tier 8 quarry mastery or just tier 7. This is a big accomplishment for yourself. By then, you will have a steady income of 1 million in an hour or 2 million a day just by gathering in the safe zone. It's really up to your choice right up to this moment. So that sums up this tutorial guide. I hope it helps, and if you like the video or just want to support my channel, do give it a thumbs up, and I'll be making more tips and guides on this game since I have plenty of ideas how to improve your gameplay or earning silver or just anything related to the game. So be sure to subscribe to my channel to be updated, and don't forget to click that notification bell to be notified on my latest video. And bye!